So that's what that looks like.
Okay.
I'm tired. Hello there. Alright, welcome to kind of just like behind the scenes of being a content creator and how I kind of make money online, on social media. I'm not an influencer. As you see, I don't have that many followers. But I make my money by being a content creator and working with brands. So right now, I work for this one show called The Take, and I do clips of just talking about television and film and stuff like that. I film it on my phone with a green screen, and I'm going to show you some of that. The 3 things I'm going to show you today in total is how I film for like a TikTok page. Actually, 2 of them are TikTok pages. One is like a host of a TikTok page. Actually, I'm a host of 2 TikTok pages. I'm trying to make it seem like they're different. One is like scripted. Let's say it that way. One is a scripted. I'm a scripted TikTok host, as in they give me a script, I have to memorize it and say it. The second thing is I host. You'll see that. It's called Sing Me Something. And the third thing is kind of like how I'll work with brands, whether it be for an ad or something like that. And I create it, and then they put it on their page for an ad, or they can use it however they want. So those are the 3 ways I'll be making money as a content creator when they don't care about my following. So let me show you. Let me flip this around. Okay, let me turn down the light so you can see better. Okay, so this is my setup right now. We have the ring light, and then this is like what I look like when I'm filming. I'm like, hey, da-da-da, and then they put like a background behind me. So that's what that looks like. And then I have my script right here. It's usually, I like to break it up into how I like to, oh, you can't see it. This is my script right here. I break it up into parts I memorize. So I kind of memorize 2 sentences each just to go through it. And I send them multiple takes of each sentence so they can decide what's the best and it looks perfect, blah, blah. So when I'm sitting down, I memorize it, but just in case, there's a little peek see view in case I forget one of the words or something like that. But yeah, I'm about to film right now. Boo-doo-boo. Hello there. So now I'm going to show you, I'm doing my last 2 clips. I'll just show you one because I don't want to bore you to death, of what it's like for me to look at the next line. I don't know it yet. How long it takes me to memorize it. Really quick, and then film it real quick. I used to do 3 takes each, but now they get 2 takes each. Alright, so the line is, in the end, Regina learns to harness her anger into athletics. So the lesson isn't that teenage girls shouldn't feel angry. I'm trying to figure out the cadence right now. In the end, Regina learns to harness her anger into athletics. So the lesson isn't that teenage girls shouldn't feel angry. I'm stopping right there because I don't want to memorize the whole paragraph because it'll take me too long. I can memorize this in like 2 minutes and then get the second paragraph. In the end, Regina learns to harness her anger into athletics. In the end, Regina learns to harness her anger through athletics. One more time. In the end, Regina learns to harness her anger through athletics. In the end, Regina learns to harness her anger into athletics. That's it. So I have to make sure I get it word for word. You'll work with some companies where they're like, basically say the same thing. But this company I'm working with, it needs to be word for word. In case you're wondering like, oh, that sounds the same. Okay. In the end, Regina learns to harness her anger into athletics. Alright, second sentence is, so the lesson isn't that teenage girls shouldn't feel angry. So the lesson isn't that teenage girls shouldn't feel angry. Okay, so I pretty much have it. Let's put those together. In the end, Regina learns to harness her anger into athletics. So the lesson isn't that teenage girls shouldn't feel angry. So I pretty much got it. So if I need to go after the words, I do. Alright, we're going to turn on the ring light. I turn it on and off because I literally sweat if I leave it on the entire time. And sometimes I'll even have a fan below. But it's kind of cold outside today, so I'm not sweating profusely. So I'll say it one more time before I film. In the end, Regina learns to harness her anger into athletics. So the lesson isn't that teenage girls shouldn't be angry. See, I said shouldn't be, shouldn't feel angry. Okay? And I have it on hands-free. In the end, Regina learns to harness her anger into athletics. I don't know. I was stumbling over those words. Don't like that. In the end, Regina learns to harness her anger into athletics. So the lesson isn't that teenage girls shouldn't feel angry. In the end, Regina learns to harness her anger into athletics. So the lesson isn't that teenage girls shouldn't feel angry. I kind of stuttered up there. In the end, Regina learns to harness her anger into athletics. So the lesson isn't that teenage girls shouldn't feel angry. In the end, Regina learns to harness her anger into athletics. So the lesson isn't that teenage girls shouldn't feel angry. In the end, Regina learns out of those two clips, one of them should at least be good. So the lesson isn't that teenage girls shouldn't feel angry. In the end, Regina learns to harness her anger into athletics. So the lesson isn't that teenage girls shouldn't feel angry. I think the first one. In the end, Regina learns to harness her anger into athletics. So the lesson isn't that teenage girls shouldn't feel angry. In the end, so Regina what I do is I make sure out of those two, at least one is closer to perfection than the other. You always want to give them two options. Like I kind of hesitated on my voice in the second one, but they could just use the first one. And I make sure I saved it. In the end, okay, perfect. And, oh. So I'm using the green screen on Instagram in case you're wondering like, oh, where'd you get the green screen, girl? Girl, that's just Instagram stories. And yes, because it gets hot in front of this ring light, so I just wear Maka shorts with the top. Oh my gosh, so cute. Sorry. Instagram. Going back into stories. They could easily, I could have a regular background and they can green screen it, but this gives me, I like using it. I kind of have to talk fast also because Instagram story is 15 seconds. Yes, I can go more, but I don't like that. I don't want to use a whole nother clip just for 5 seconds. I want to make it nice and concise. Anyways, finishing it off. I might cut this out in case it seems boring, but I'll leave it in just in case. It's that anger can be directed powerfully and for good if we learn to find appropriate outlets for our feelings. Woo, Lord Jesus. All right, so I'm going to finish that last line because that's boring. But you get the gist, right? So that's the first one.
Yeah, they put Belmont.
Okay, we're here with Haley Bam Bam. Ian's camera. Ian's around here somewhere.
Where'd he go?
And we're gonna hopefully talk to some cool people. Ooh, what is this lighting doing? Ooh, I need to turn down the light.
Someone commented I'm on my way there during my lunch break.
Oh, this lighting is better.
Is that better?
Maybe. Wait. I feel like you're more pale than me, so I have to meet you in the middle.
I know. No, just make it good for you.
That's better. Why do we look like angels in the background? Right?
Yeah.
Because the camera, I don't know what's happening. We'll figure it out. You good, Ian? How are we doing today? Who am I speaking with?
My name is Zach.
Warm up before we hear from you.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good. All right. What you want? Baby, I got it. What you need? You know I got it. All I'm asking is for your respect. I love it. Somebody who loves me. Okay.
Being honest.
If there was a good singers that are humble, okay? I was a good singer, so I'm like, I mean, I can hold a note.
22. Thank you for being here.
We just finished filming another person. We're here at Zombie.
You want to be on it? You want to do it? No.
That's okay.
So we have, 2 more hours? You said what? Well, hello. Alright, I didn't have as much time as I thought to film all 3 segments before I went to go film that other host segment, so now I'm back. It's 4:41, and now I'm going to film 2 more segments of the take before I look at auditions. If I even did them today. So I'm having some ginger soup in a cup, and I'm looking over my lines for this next one. Okay. Should I have done this on Thursday instead of all today? Yes. What's the fun in that? Okay. So now I'm just looking up, I just copied and pasted it from what they sent me. And now I'm just going over it. Disney villains tend to fall into one or two categories: outcast or tyrant. The antagonist of the story is there to oppose the hero. So if the villain is an outcast, I'm deciding on how I want to break it up, so I'll probably stop right there. So if the villain is an outcast, and then I'll go, the hero is a chosen one, with the grand, usually royal fate, who has to learn to accept the social responsibility of that fate. Oh, that's such a run-on sentence. I can put, the antagonist of the story is there to oppose the hero. So the villain is an outcast. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I try to just do one or two sentences because I could either spend more time. Memorizing more, or spend less time memorizing less and do more clips. If that makes sense. In The Lion King Scars. Oh, interesting. In The Lion King Scar's otherness shows us how fundamentally unsuited he is to the throne. That'll be one segment. And mind you, I used to memorize this entire thing. It usually took me 30 minutes to an hour to memorize the entire thing and say it all in one clip. And when I realized that meant it took me 2 hours to do one paragraph, I said, no. So now they just cut and piece it together, because sometimes it'll be me talking, sometimes they'll show a clip of what I'm talking about. So I realized, ooh, girl, don't make this harder for yourself than you need to. Woo! So warm. Okay. In The Lion King Scar's otherness shows us how fundamentally unsuited he is to the throne. Well, Simba has to do what he doesn't feel like during... While Simba has to do what he doesn't feel like doing and return as the rightful ruler to save his kingdom. Okay, that's another segment. Another clip. While the outcast villain exists in the margins of an ethical world, is it tyrannical? Because it's like a tyrant. I've never said out loud the word tyrannical. That's a word, tyrannical? Like a tyrant? A tyrannical villain exists within and embodies social structures that are evil and unjust. That is a mouthful. I'm going to say, why an outcast villain exists in the margins of an ethical world, let's separate right there, because I can memorize that in like 60 seconds, and then add on. So in Aladdin, the evil power hungry Jafar represents the corrupt, unfair, unequal society that punishes Aladdin for being poor, comma, and won't allow Jasmine to choose who she wants to marry. That's it? That's the whole thing? This doesn't make any sense. It usually ends on like a... Oh, that's how it ends. An equal society that punishes Aladdin for being poor and won't allow Jasmine to choose who she wants to marry. So since I know it's the end, I have to end with a down tone. So choose who she wants to marry. So that's that. I'm okay with that. So I'm going to break that paragraph into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 clips. Hopefully that will just be 10 clips, because I can do each sentence twice in each take. Won't he do it? They used to send me such longer paragraphs. I'm so glad they're short now. This is so much shorter than it used to be. Boom. All right. Now, I'm just going to keep the same shirt on. Time lapse. Let's go. Hello, we're on the third piece and we're done. 3 different scripts, 3 different outfits, 3 different tops. So I'm on the 3rd one. Do I want to give up and just say I'll do it on Monday? Yes! But I don't want to think about doing this later. Because it's all technically due now. So instead of giving you a time lapse, I'll show you how I get started. I mean, once again, you know how this process goes. So I just copied and pasted it. Pushing through. It's 5:31. Okay. So over 10 years later, people still wonder what the spinning top at the end of Inception really meant. Over 10 years later, people still wonder what that spinning top at the end of Inception really meant. Okay, I think I got it. Here we go. Oh. Get the phone. Lord, please let me have enough space in my phone to finish.
And won't allow Jasmine to choose who she wants to marry. And won't allow Jasmine to choose who she...
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Making sure I had that last clip in there. We can't be losing. Sorry if my face looks washed out. We need this ring light. And my blinds are open. Whatever. Neighbors are gonna get a show. Oh my gosh. Nobody better be mowing their lawn right now. Thank you. Over 10 years later, people still wonder what that spinning top at the end of Inception really meant. Over 10 years later, people still wonder what that spinning top at the end of Inception really meant. Over 10 years later, people still wonder what that spinning top at the end of Inception really meant.
Over 10 years later, people still wonder what that spinning top at the end of Inception really meant. Over 10 years later, people still wonder what that spinning top at the end of Inception really meant.
So,
over 10
in case I didn't say it,
people still wonder what that spinning
I
top
let it
at the end
play
of Inception really meant. Over 10 years later, people still wonder what
2
that
times. One time I make sure I have it word for word, and then the second time I look at it and make sure I look decent on camera. Okay. Alright, next line. I'll just do one more with you.
top at the end of Inception.
I don't wanna bore you with this. Okay, but maybe the bigger question is, does it even matter? Oh, that's easy. I got it already. But maybe the bigger question is, does it even matter? But maybe the bigger question is, does it even matter? But maybe the bigger question is, does it even matter? But maybe the bigger question is, does it even matter?
But maybe the bigger question is, does it even matter? But maybe the bigger question is, does it even matter? But maybe the bigger question is, does it even matter?
I can kind of hear
does it even matter?
my neighbors in the background, which is very annoying.
The bigger question is,
because they're all in the backyard right now. My windows are closed, but I can hear them. Aha! I had to close the bathroom window. Alright, time lapse. I'm so tired. Let me turn this down a little bit. So, once again, in case you want to see what it looks like, this is me. And almost there with the script. I kind of have it as a slant. Don't mind the messy background. But let me tell you, I'm tired. I'm tired. Look, somebody who's never worked a 9-to-5 a day in their life. I mean, I work 8 hours, 14-hour days sometimes, but like, I still be tired. I have the attention span of a mouse. We got this. We got this. I have 4 more lines left. And each line I have to say about 4 times. And I need to memorize them real quick. Okay, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying what I'm going to do. I'm hungry. Yeah. I'm literally just talking to you so I can take a break. How you doing? How you doing? We're almost done. Okay, here we go. Cobb's final state of mind is a reversal of Mal's. She couldn't trust in reality of anything. Cobb's final state of mind is a reversal of Mal's. She couldn't trust in the reality of anything. 2 more times. Cobb's final state of mind is Cobb's final state of mind. Cobb's final state of mind is a reversal of Mal's. She couldn't trust in the reality of anything. All right, let's get more light. Cobb's final state of mind is a reversal. Is it reverse? Yeah. Is a reversal. Not the reversal. Cobb's state of mind is a reversal of Mal's. She couldn't trust the reality of anything. Cobb's final state of mind is a reversal of Mal's. I didn't pronounce that word. I didn't enunciate correctly. Cobb's final state of mind is a reversal of Mal's. She couldn't trust in the reality of anything. Cobb's final state of mind is a reversal of reversal.
Cobb's final state of mind is a reversal of Mal's. She couldn't trust in the reality of anything. Cobb's final state of mind is a reversal of reversal.
I'm just going to delete that.
Cobb's final state
Sometimes
of mind
I'll
is
keep a blooper if it's funny to look at later, but we ain't got time for that. We're running a space on our phone. Here we go. Cobb's final state of mind is a reversal of Mal's. She couldn't trust the reality of anything. Cobb's final state of mind is a reversal of Mal's. She couldn't trust the reality of anything.
Cobb's final state of mind is a reversal of Mal's. She couldn't trust the reality of anything. Cobb's final state of mind is a reversal of Mal's. She couldn't trust the reality of anything.
Yep, that works for me. 3 more left. I know it sounds simple, but like, it takes energy. Ugh. He decides to trust in... Girl, it's not that hard. He decides to trust in... He
decides to trust...
Alright, so now I'm done. This is kind of just like what my clips look like and stuff like that. So now I'm going to... I already sent 3 out of 3 different scripts I got. I sent 1. I filmed on that show at the beach, and then I did the second 2. So these are 2 different other looks. So what I do is after I have it here, I just go to Dropbox. Oops, hopefully. Then I go to the take, and then all of them are here that they haven't posted. I usually keep them in this folder until I see them posted on their TikTok. But now I just go to upload, files, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 here. I press add up here. I mean, y'all know how to do stuff on Dropbox. So is that 14? So before I delete these out of my phone, I go back to my camera folder. It's uploading right now. And then I check to make sure I have 14. I go back to the camera roll and make sure that's 14, and then I delete it. So I'm like, okay, make sure they're 100% in there. So I just do one at a time. I guess I could have put it all at once, but I like to like quadruple check. So it has 8 files left to upload. And then after that, I just copy the link, paste it to them, and send it to them. It's as easy as that. Just like you send any other Dropbox. But yeah, I have other companies that I'll work with, and this is like the end of the script. This was like my last line. That I'll work with. Don't look at that missing key. I know. I have a whole nother laptop I use just for YouTube, so this one's still standing strong. That will do WeTransfer for files and stuff like that. But I like using Dropbox because I like to see with WeTransfer. You don't get to see all the ones you sent, but I like that. I think honestly, let's turn on this camera. I think honestly, I'm gonna end it here just because I feel like I only wanted this video to be like maybe 7 minutes long, and I think now it's longer than 7 minutes. The only other thing, if I had time and I would have done these scripts before I left, I would have done my audition. It's to be a content creator for a brand and their app. So it's like I would create content for them every month, and they would pay me for that. Like I said, content creation is when you're creating content for a brand to put on their stuff. Influencing is when you put stuff on yours and you get paid for your following. So that audition didn't have a deadline. Usually, if they have a deadline, like, oh, need to send by 12 p.m. on Friday, then it's like, crunch time. But since the audition didn't have a deadline, and obviously to look good to a brand, you want to get things in ASAP. So like, oh, they're on it. Compared to like, this girl didn't send this in until how many days later? But I have a lot going on right now. And I have to really get ready for this wedding. So someone's wedding is like, you have to prioritize the wedding that I'm about to DJ versus something that could possibly put to another day, right? So I'm going to stop creating content after I send these, and I'm going to start preparing for this wedding that I'm about to DJ, MC and DJ private events and weddings. This is actually the last year I'm going to do weddings, and moving forward, I'm only going to do private events, because weddings, it was fun while it lasted. I did it for, since 2017, and now it's time to just do events, because that's a whole nother video in itself if you want to know about that. But that is it for today. If you want to know any more behind the scenes of things I do, like I say, I do content creation, I'm an MC, I'm a TV host, I'm a fitness coach, all the things I do so that I don't have to work a 9 to 5. If you have any other questions about what I do, how I've been living this life since forever. I've never had a 9 to 5 actually, but I've been living more like the dream, not 9 to 5, just like not doing tedious things since like 2016, 2017. So if you have any questions about that, let me know in the comments below, as I want to keep making these videos for you if you still want them. Remember to like, subscribe, and tell your friends, because this girl is trying to up her game. We're trying to say hello to the world. Until next time, peace.